Dear Gina, I am now 63 years old and living the best time of my life. I have chased the bright colors of the rainbow and became triumphant in a foreign land now I call my own. It has been several years since I faced the worst nightmare in my life. Now I could proudly say I rose above the fears, anxieties, uncertainties, and I overcame the test of faith from God. My story is a living testimony. God has purpose in our life, a reason for everything. 33 summers ago, a young mother and her 3 years old child were happily enjoying their breakfast in one of the busiest food chains in their city. When suddenly, three young kids approached the table and started gazing intently at the 3 year old child standing on a chair. And the three young kids started to giggle, laugh, and tease her with words on top of their voices. Ay, Unano! Unano ang bata! Wow! That child is a dwarf! The mother was taken aback and was so surprised. She immediately embraced her daughter to shield her from the hurtful words the young toddler could ever imagine the meaning of the word. She started to ask her mother, "Why are they laughing at me, Mommy? What is Unano? What is a dwarf?" The mother calmly told her child her condition, explaining that there are children born tall and some are short. When you were born, you had a stunted growth called dwarfism. Her confused child broke into tears and cried profusely, saying, "Mommy, ayokong unano ako. Ayoko, Mommy. Mommy, I don't want to be a dwarf. Never." The young mother embraced her child more tightly, assuring her, "Everything will be all right, my dear child. I promise you." In my recollection, I could not accept that I would have a dwarf for a daughter as my firstborn child. When she was finally diagnosed after 1 year and 3 months, I started questioning God. Why me? Why my daughter? But truth came. She has achondroplasia, a genetic bone disorder, a common type of dwarfism. Fears crept into my very soul. How can I raise this child with a beautiful future? Will the world accept her for what she is? I cannot accept. I was angry. I stopped going to church. I stopped my novenas. I stopped praying the rosary. Until one day, my very religious mom asked me to join her. I was hesitant, but I came for the sake of my mom. The only question that reverberated in my memory was, "Have you thanked God for giving you your child?" It felt like an ice bucket was poured on me. Tears started to roll on my cheeks because of my arrogance and pride, blaming God for my daughter's condition. I didn't realize, and yet true, it was an awakening God has given me, that my daughter would be my constant reminder of humility. I gave up a wonderful life to sacrifice for my children, especially for my daughter. A promise that I have kept, that everything will be all right, that she will live a normal childhood, travel abroad, and excel in her education. To live and work in Canada was the best decision I have made in my life. The sacrifices of separation, job humiliation, and ridicule was nothing, all for the sake of my daughter's future. I would like to believe that I have raised a beautiful soul with all the confidence I could muster. For her to be brave, strong willed, determined, and compassionate, generous, and not consider her disability as a hindrance but a blessing. For since grade school to college, she reaped all the honors and medals for me to make me proud of her. To you, my Daniel, thank you for being my daughter. You have conquered the big world with your small hands and feet. You always surprise me with your limitless talents and ideas. You are amazing and have not failed me once. Go reach for the brightest star. I know life is an everyday challenge, a struggle, and yet every day is a moment to rise up again and be triumphant that God has infinite grace to give every time you fall. Keep up the good work, Gina. Enjoy the beautiful sunsets.